I have been associated with Putnam for almost my entire life. I started coming to the Putnam when it was the Davenport Public Museum in downtown Davenport when I was in my late elementary and middle school or junior high school days. And in one fashion or another, I've been coming here ever since. My father was a longtime board member and actually encouraged me to become involved in the Putnam in the 1980s as a trustee of the Putnam estate. Subsequently, I joined the board and served on the board for a number of years.
Well, I've been coming to the Putnam on a personal level for a really long time. I have 2 small children. I'm a mom. So I have an 8-year-old son named Harper and a 4-year-old daughter named Hayden. And they love to come to the museum. My 8-year-old likes the giant screen theater and he loves to pick out what film we're going to see. And my 4-year-old, she wants to dig in the dino dig out back and play there. So I've been coming here that way for a long time, but it wasn't until I took part in the Emerse Program as a classroom teacher where I really started to deepen my appreciation for this museum and just seeing everything that it has to offer.
I've been going to the Putnam for 5 years.
I think the Putnam's really important to our family because it's something we look forward to going to, and it's something we like to do together. We like to, look at what exhibits are coming up, what's new to the Putnam, and just kind of go routinely and explore familiar things. I think it's nice because, kind of all ages. Like, your little sister still has fun here, even though she's pretty young. And it's nice in the summer, too, because we can be inside and outside. There's lots to explore.
So my involvement with the race exhibit was very early on in my my relocation to the Quad Cities. I was really excited to participate in some of the group discussions. So there were groups that came through, organizations or companies that came through, and there were some employees who wanted to talk about their experiences. And I guided some of those discussions, and that was very exciting for me. It helped me to get to know people a little bit better as a newcomer, but also to really think critically about our racial history and contemporary issues.
Having a museum of this magnitude that's been in our community for, this surprised me, over 150 years, astonishing. It's really important. It provides a common place for people in the community to come together to learn about different cultures and backgrounds and to preserve history and learn about history. So I think it's special that we have it.
I've been attracted by the sense of history, the sense of community, and the ability of the Putnam to tell not only the stories of this and the history of this community, but of many communities.
I want them to feel like they've been enriched by the experience, that there are some things they didn't know, but at the same time, recognizing that there's some affirmation for the stories of their parents or grandparents or the region, and all of their identities that they hold. As people are going through the Putnam, we want them to be able to see themselves historically, right, but also contemporarily, so that as they're experiencing that, they're seeing themselves in the images and the stories and the narratives, and to get a sense of self and sense of belonging while they're visiting the museum.
This is an institution that is so important to the community in many respects. First, it's an anchor, perhaps one of the institutional anchors in the west side of our community. It serves an area of our community that needs an anchor and an institution as a gathering place, as a place where children can learn and grow and can discover things about the community and beyond the community that they might not otherwise be exposed to. Teacher education, student participation programs focus on science, STEM learning, immersive experiences. I could go on and on. These are the things that are really the heart and soul of what the Putnam does.
The minute you walk through the door of this museum, it's engaging, it's bright, it's welcoming, and they really have thought of everything in terms of different learning styles. And the fact that we know that kids need to be coding, they need these STEM activities more than ever, and that's really what the museum's about.
It's really cool to get to see kids explore the museum as a group and make friends. The staff are really there to make sure that your kids are safe and happy, but exploring together and learning.
The Emerse Program is a grant-funded program that's a partnership between the museum, its contributors, and then area school districts. And basically, its name kind of speaks for itself. It's a chance for teachers and their students to immerse themselves into the museum, where they get a VIP kind of treatment of all the things the museum has to offer. So I was very nervous that because of the COVID-19 pandemic that we wouldn't have the Emerse program. But I realized quickly after talking with my associate superintendent that she was already in conversations with the Putnam, and they were way ahead of things. They were thinking outside of the box and trying to find a way not to necessarily get kids into the museum, but to bring the Emerse program into the homes of kids. And they did that by providing these at-home learning kits that are complete with 10 different hands-on activities that go along with 5 different units. And the biggest part of it was that the materials were all provided. Their website also included this year a tab for virtual learning where Putnam educators were filming themselves doing these experiments and talking just like they would have been live with kids, so that students were able to access those videos on their website and do the activities right along with some of the Putnam educators at home.
The Putnam has shown a commitment to providing what the community needs and telling all of those stories, and I'm really excited about that. The mission of the Putnam is to inspire people to connect across history, across cultures, and I think we're doing just that. I think the Putnam's a great place to do that work.
There is no other institution in this community that serves that mission in the way that this institution does. And it needs and deserves our community support.
I would tell anybody interested in supporting the Putnam Emerse program or other programs or summer programs, whatever it is, that if you're thinking about it, to absolutely do it. Invest in your community. That's where it starts. I think that kids may not remember a worksheet or a test you give them, but they will 100% remember this experience for a lifetime, and that you're providing an opportunity for all kids.
I love that you can explore and learn new things. I'm going to keep coming to the Putnam.
Awesome. I think that's great.